All right. So we're gonna just play this clip briefly because this basically explains the gigantic. I didn't even know what to call it anymore. Like these people just think they're so clever and so edgy. So let's play this. Hang on, let me turn that up. All right.
Original Ghostface from Woodsboro has recruited 2 members of Kano's Black Dragon. We're going to call them the Black Dragon Enforcer and the Black Dragon Assassin. Now, in the game,
I mean, it doesn't really leave much up to interpretation now, does it? As in, who is under the mask? I love how these people go, oh my god, who's under the mask? Who's under the mask? You keep guessing. And then literally says, yeah, it's 2 people from Kano's Black Dragon. Right? Fuck, man. Like... I swear to God, these people at Netherrealm literally thought in the creation of this character, in the room, go, this is how we bring back Mortal Kombat characters to Mortal Kombat. We make them not look like Mortal Kombat characters. Right? Now maybe some of your standards for some of you out there is really low. Personally, mine aren't that low, and I'm going to continue to call out this fucking shit until the day it eventually changes. Right? Because this isn't clever, it's not cute, right? It's just sad. And the way that Ghostface works is that he's able to swap, right, between the other 2 variations, be it an Enforcer or an Assassin. They're temporary characters that you can use, and they are loosely based, if you will, on Kobra and Kira. 2 characters that were introduced in the 3D era. 2 characters, by and large, you know, were... I mean, they're okay, but, like, they weren't sort of, like, you know, making people super duper excited. Now, of course, if you reintroduce these characters in the modern day, you know, fleshed out their proper movesets and stuff like that, because Kira very, very much felt like a hybrid of characters, then that would be really amazing. But no, what they do is they go, oh, this is who they are under the sheet, and we're just going to give you some special moves that looks similar to what they had. Rambo, by the way, right there. And that's the end of it. Like, they couldn't, you know, like, they couldn't even wait. They couldn't even wait until the game came out. Like, the character came out. You know, for people to discover it in the story. Like, you know, finishing the tower. They couldn't even wait to do that. Imagine, just picture this for a minute. Just picture this, right, for a hot minute. You're a dude in a bedsheet with a knife you bought off eBay, right? You go to the most notorious criminal organization in the world. And you go, listen, I got some Doritos and Mountain Dew over here. Can I borrow two of your clan members to, you know, to go stabby stab some small town folk? Like, this is just... I watched an interview recently over on Kamidogo, and they were interviewing John Tobias' son, Johnny, right? And he's a pretty diplomatic dude, you know. He seems like a really cool kid, very chill. And there was a few topics of discussion around his dad coming back, you know, whether or not they'd even played sort of any of the MK games that his dad didn't work on. And you could tell that you know, again, being very diplomatic, it appeared to be anyway, that, like, how do I put this? Imagine you create something and you let somebody bastardize it. And this is where we're at. This is where we're at, boys and girls. We are at this point right here where they are giving us Mortal Kombat characters in a completely different disguise. This is them patting themselves on the back and being these unique creators of this franchise. I'll tell you what though, I kicked a fucking hornet's nest with this game. Right, with this character especially, I have had the crazies come out of the woodwork. You know why they're crazy? Because this is the fan base that Mortal Kombat has procured for a number of years now. The non-Mortal Kombat fans. Right? Imagine getting defensive over a guest character. A guest character in a Mortal Kombat game. Right? And the other thing too, right, and I didn't say this, somebody in the comments, because you can swap obviously between the two, right? So, and the knife looks different. I think the Enforcer knife is bigger, right? And then the Assassin one is like smaller, it's got like the red. You know, copying Kira moves here, you know, like, and they just think they're so fucking clever. Oh, we're so clever. Look how wonderful. Look how wonderful we are. For a Mortal Kombat fan, this is the biblical equivalent of watching Christianity put homosexuals as pastors in church. Right? The Bible is not to be trifled with. The Mortal Kombat Bible, as in the original true storyline and character creation, should also not be trifled with. And this sort of shit really bugs me because they have no respect. They just think they're fucking funny. Right? That idiot even said something in there. Oh, something about the Chuds, owning the Chuds or something. Something really cringe. You know, and it's like, what are you doing, man? Now, this is apparently her. This is apparently Kira, right? You can see there. It's a different blade. I'm assuming the red on it is obviously the blood. Like, I don't know. I just... Anyway, it doesn't really matter, right? What matters, though, is that this is apparently the chick. What do you notice? What do you notice here? No titties? Right? Look how fucking tall it is. Now, listen, I know you get some tall chicks out there. I get that. Right? But come on, man. Right? These are three different people. Are you telling me that, like, the dude in the bedsheet went into the Black Dragon, again, most notorious criminal organization in the world, hired two other people of the same exact build as him, and one of them's a female? She must be wearing two chest binders to keep that shit locked down. Because I tell you what, Kira was pretty stacked in MK Deception onwards. Okay? This is a farce. Right? And somebody in the comments in the chat was like, oh, why is she wearing a hijab? Well, it's obviously not a hijab. However, Netherrealm, as per record, have stated that women are not going to be showing up to a fight in a bikini in a video game where a dude in a bedsheet is attacking people casting magic and monsters and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, when you say this shit out loud, it's ridiculous, right? Their own moral standard doesn't even hold up. So this is a female, apparently. If you Google cosplay for Ghostface, just saying, man, just saying. So this is where they get clever. This is where, oh look, see, we gave you Kobra and we gave you Kira. This is like the nightmarish version of making an Armageddon 2.0 game. It's like every single possible thing that they could fuck it up, they find a way. Right? You can have Jesus lighting the path right in front of you. And this is Netherrealm. Oh, that looks good. Right, over there. Absolute clown show. But this is the audience that they procured, which is why the audience gets so hostile. They don't like it when you call this stuff out because they are emotionally attached to this stuff. I thought at first when I saw this move, like, I thought it was like Kano, right? Because I'm assuming here that the main Ghostface character is not Kano, right? Which makes it even more ludicrous that this fucking idiot went to a criminal organization and said, listen, man, can I have 2 of your best and put them in a sheet with a mask that looks like it got left in the microwave? Right? Like, it's just fucking stupid. But this is the problem that I have with Mortal Kombat. Yes, Mortal Kombat's always been a party game, but it also retained a sense of groundedness and seriousness when it came to its storytelling and the creation of its characters, which is why Mortal Kombat up until MK9 never had guest characters ever. Every other fighting game out there had done it, well, not every other fighting game, but some of the big ones had, right? But Mortal Kombat never did, and there's a reason for that. Because it breaks the immersion of the storytelling, right? That's why the first 3 guest characters don't fit. Right? Now you can have these 3 other characters that don't fit. You literally have a dude in a bedsheet that has no superpowers at all, going up against characters that would easily wipe the floor with them. Right? And people sit here and just... Oh, this is amazing work, Netherrealm. Jeez, like, thank you so much. You're just so good. And you know what's going to happen? You know what these people were rabbiting on about in this podcast the whole fucking time? Combos, combos, combos. Combo potential. Combo this, combo that. Right? Nobody gives a shit. Right? This is all they focus on. This is what happens when you hire people and your only goal is to focus on a singular part of the game when it comes to the gameplay. Right? They still, as somebody said in the chat yesterday, they still haven't implemented any, defensive options, worth a damn compared to other fighting games out there. Right? And you wonder why the game is tanking. You wonder why MK11 is still doing better. Right? I don't care what only pros say about, oh, well, this is all stuff, this is bad. Who gives a shit? When the average Mortal Kombat fan or the average casual player that's playing these games, they want to feel like they've got both checks and balances when they have all the tools there available. I want to feel like it's an even playing field, right? So with given time and practice, they're able to, get to that level. But in doing so, the block button is not enough anymore, right? You can get thrown out of block. As a starter, now before people come in and go, oh, you can always throw people even in 2D games when they're blocking. Yes, that is true. But there's a reason why I called one of my casts down back to block cast. Because very early on when I used to play Mortal... Oh, fuck's sake. I don't want to look at these people. Right? Back early on when I started playing 2D MK, right, back in the early days, if you held down back and block, when they come up and try and throw you with low punch, they can't do it. Right? If you just hold block and hold down, you can get thrown. But if you hold down back and block, they just keep doing low punches. They can't actually grab you. Much to the chagrin of my friends, because I knew that trick and they didn't. Right? Always got to keep some tools for yourself. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I called it down back to block. Because it was literally this really cool, tiny little thing that would prevent you from being thrown all over the screen. right? Because people always viewed throws as being cheap, you know, especially back in the old days with any sort of fighting game, right? But this allowed you to actually not get thrown, which was a very awesome, you know, tiny little mechanic. Slight change in your thumb, and it was enough to prevent that aggravation. So in this game, you can just get thrown out. Yeah, you can tech it, sure, but not many people do, right? Not in my experience. Okay. And then you got the highs and lows that have been introduced, and then you got to worry about whether you got to block low or block high. And because of all the 50-50s in the game, then you have to worry about whether or not somebody's going to go low, somebody's going to go high. You know, which is the same problem that Casino 8, which is what Breezy calls Tekken 8, that's happening right now, right? This is why I preferred older MK games. I'm fine with combos, but at least you knew what the character that you were fighting, their combo strings were, and block appropriately. Now it's all, oh, we're going to mix it up and make it all guesswork, right? Which is infuriating, which is why probably another reason the game is failing too, because it's just so shit, right? As I've always stated, it's a car with no brakes, right? They didn't accommodate for the fact that when you're going at high speed, what do you do if you've got to turn the wheel, right? They just don't care. They just keep pumping out this rubbish because, you know, Steven is a fucking ex-esports player, and they've probably got other people there as well. It has been confirmed that Sonic Fox absolutely does have influence into the game. I mean, what more evidence do you need? Not to mention that, you know, there's other people that are very close-knit who are all engaged in esports or commentary and stuff like that. The average Mortal Kombat fan just wants a Mortal Kombat game, and this isn't it. They just... oh my god. But the good news is, though, that now that Trump's in office and they're looking to destroy and absolutely annihilate and abolish all of this DEI woke stuff and pushing of ideology, then maybe, just maybe, we might actually see Mortal Kombat become great again.